I'm Chuck. Hey, I'm Guy.
Hi, I'm Nir.
I'm James.
We're Jack the Envious, and you're listening to Rhino Radio.
So I got every single member of Jack the Envious.
That's right.
How you doing, guys?
We're doing good.
Great.
So I got James's approval to have this interview in Hebrew.
Great. Definitely does.
Consent? You have your consent, James?
Yeah, I'll just be quiet for all of it. It's fine.
Can you waive the consent in Hebrew, though? How can you say I don't want to have this interview in Hebrew, and then we'll not do it in Hebrew?
Fuck off.
Okay, that works in every language. Okay, so guys, for the ones that for some weird reason have never heard of you, can you briefly introduce yourself and mention the fact that you guys are all from Redditch?
I would never.
Never?
So, short history of Jack the Envious?
Short history in English?
Yes, please.
All right, you got it. So yeah, me and Guy started playing in high school together, just jamming around. Then we had like one band that we finished it when we started the army. Then I met Chuck when we were in commander's course in the army, and we kind of started doing the same thing together as a band. And then we continued doing shows through the army service.
That's all in Israel.
In Israel, yeah, in Israel, sorry. We finished the army service, recorded our first EP, and from then on we just we got here to England to do this thing 24/7.
And Matt James.
And met James.
And then James.
A love story.
Yeah.
So, James, being in a band with 3 Israelis, how many times do they force you to eat hummus a day?
When I'm with them, a fucking lot.
All the time?
Yeah. It's just literally hummus, cucumber and carrot. That's my life when I'm with them.
So, hummus and beans?
Nah, don't do beans.
It doesn't work.
We don't do
I'm not
beans.
about that life.
Okay.
There's enough farts as it is.
Lovely, lovely. So these 3 are actually living together in London.
Yeah.
And you commute from Redditch.
Yeah.
Is it every day? Is it once a week? How do you guys practice together?
Basically, if we have a show, we'll have a rehearsal or 2 before the show. Just before then, in between, we won't rehearse. Or for a tour, we'll have 2 or 3 sometimes. But I'll just come down, stay with them, and then
most of us do
all
the rehearsals like at home, because basically he lives in Redditch, we're in London, so we all have like this responsibility to be tight when we get to do rehearsal together. So we're already on it when we do it.
Okay. So for me, guys going to the army is something very common. It's something that you might expect.
Yeah.
How is it for you, James?
Weird.
Being with 3 soldiers,
It's plain weird.
saving the country, and then coming here to take away your
I
women.
don't really think either of these guys saved the country, to be honest. they probably made it worse.
Well, you don't know the real story, don't you?
Did they teach you Krav Maga? What did you give them
I
in
don't
return?
even know what that means.
You have no idea what Krav Maga
No.
is?
Why, you never know what Krav Maga is.
Something like that.
Oh, I got my hands there, mate. I got my hands there.
Play dirty, that's pretty
So
much
apparently
Krav Maga.
touching each other's genitals, that's Krav Maga.
Oh, that happens daily. That's just a given.
Okay. So the culture collision, okay? You're a local. You know everything, especially how to pronounce cities' names.
Yeah.
These guys are new to everything. How does it work? How many times a day do you just disagree, or just you teach them stuff, they teach you how to do it the proper Israeli way?
They try and teach me the Israeli way, but I just can't be doing with that. So I just stick to my own way. But
Most of the time he teaches us how to do weird voices and imitations.
Yeah, he's great with that. He's really good.
Really good.
So how does it work? The 3 of you come with one culture, you from a different culture, even a almost Brummy culture, forgive me. But, I mean, musically you grew up listening to other sounds, you grew up listening to Ozzy, that was actually from here.
Yeah, I don't think.
no, I definitely didn't. Well, I listened to some of his stuff, but I wasn't a major fan.
Well, you're
But
from
we've
England.
got-
Everyone listens to Ozzy in England.
And worship the Queen.
We've got pretty much the same kind of musical background when it comes to taste in music.
So how do you guys work together? Because the 3 of you are stuck in one compartment, 7 days a week, and then join someone that's completely different than what you're used to. How does it work? How do you make it work?
To be honest, when he got it first in the band, we just like
It was really easy.
yeah,
Really easy.
yeah, we didn't know what to expect, and he just nailed the audition. So he got in, and he was shy at first, but to be honest, I don't think we could have found a better member. So
Yeah, he was shy, and then we found out he's fucking weird.
Yeah, he's like the weirdest.
yeah,
The weirdest one of the band.
definitely.
Okay, and you guys moved to a different country. You knew no one here. How do you make it work as a band? How do you make connections? How do you start performing? And how do you find a new member? Because if I'm mistaken, you had another member that came with you from Israel,
Yeah.
and then decided to go home.
Yep.
So how do you make it work in a new land?
Chuck, you want to take this one?
Oh shit, I got a tough one. Basically, first of all, we have like some kind of like spirit and attitude just to move forward, and if someone really like a member that's gone off, you don't have to like stop and oh shit, that sucked. And the same day we just alright, let's move. We need to find another one. We need to keep making music and do things. Basically, everything we're doing from recording and participate, like go to see other shows, local bands. You just get to know people, promoters, and everyone. We just going to hear music and promote ourselves. But basically, we saw so many shows. I mean, we've been to like small shows and the biggest one, and just hanging. You learn to meet people. You put up a show or two. They see you're a serious dude. You're making good music. You get to everyone, and they like you, and you just go on scale.
Yeah,
Basically,
I think the best thing is to go to local shows and get to know people, because we didn't know anyone when we got here, anyone. So it was that, and being out there, even social network, doing a lot of that, and speaking to people, just getting to know other fan bases, and trying to really get over to them, and have decent conversations. It helps a lot. It comes a long way.
And what about leaving everyone behind? Your family, friends, fans. What was their reaction to you deciding to just leave everything behind and come here?
What friends?
what fans?
What family? I think the family, I would assume they don't exactly all agree with our choice of life, but they support us in what we do. I know the fans, or at least the ones we have back home, they really appreciate this move as like a band trying to kind of get out there and do bigger stuff for themselves and for the music.
Actually, and they prove it. We had a show back in August in Tel Aviv with Walkways, and it was a sold-out show.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing.
Okay, do they come here?
What, fans?
Yeah.
Not that we know of.
Not so far. Just some friends came over a few shows back in the day, but so far no fans in England.
Okay, so leaving everyone behind, does it mean that James has to cuddle you every night just to be the band's mom?
He wants to do it. We didn't
Maybe the band's
need it.
boy.
Yeah, he's like the
Chicken
little
boy.
boy.
I was a spoiled boy.
Are you inviting him over for Christmas?
We're inviting him over.
I'll just turn up when I want. Really. Fucking, I'll just turn up.
I'll be there when you ring.
Okay, so working in the UK, you just released an EP over the summer in your own way.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
What's in the future of the band?
More music, more shows,
Yeah, probably.
hopefully bigger stuff.
Are you hoping to go
Festival.
independent, or are you going to get signed? Is that the goal?
Well, we could decide that.
Yeah,
We're
that's not
independent until people want to sign us.
So you are looking for a label. You're not going to go with crowdfunding or just sponsoring yourselves.
For now, I think not. I think that if we'll get a decent label, we'll go for it. And, the future is a mystery.
Okay, and can we expect more covers? Was it Oasis? There was Gorillaz. And
Yeah,
there was also The Nightmare Before Christmas. Have I missed anything?
yes.
There was Motions as a soundtrack.
Yeah, there were.
I think there was
We've done a
some
few
sound,
covers from the side of the covers that we already kind of pushed, but we might have another one in the making. Who knows?
Okay. And I think we can describe the band as at least partially emo. Okay, can we say emo? Maybe lyrically?
If Guy says it's fine, it's fine.
Fine, yeah.
Okay.
For you.
So who is the most emotional out of the band?
James.
It fucking definitely isn't, mate. It's definitely not.
Three of us said
Sometimes
James.
after
I don't
show,
know.
just cry. Or just call. Don't be shy. It's fine.
I like how you all united against James.
It's not against James. It's with
They've got to stay
James.
strong in their numbers, haven't they? So.
That's the way to survive Europe.
So who
No.
stops the emotions every now and then? Just say, okay, guys, we have to be strong now.
It's,
Sure, why not?
You just hit the emotional one and then you get over it. And then it's fine.
guys, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm done. I'm done.
He starts the drama and ends the drama.
Okay, and I've listened to a few interviews, and I know that many times interviews ask about your service in the army, which is a very unique thing in the European scene. Do you get tired talking about it? Do you feel special? Do you enjoy that attention, or do you want to just put it behind you?
It's like I don't think we have like a specific opinion on it. We don't bother talking about it. We don't mind if people ask. We don't feel special for it. We just did what we did in
In
Israel.
Israel, everybody do it.
Yeah, everybody do it. So
but
it's
here
not.
like they think it's very special. Like every time people are like really so proud about it. Oh shit! Oh, you've done that. What have you done there? You were. So
I don't think people look at us as war heroes or something like that. So they just they're like yeah.
Definitely not a fucking war.
So it's just like it's not something like that. It's people sometimes talk about it, and we just give like our answers. Don't look
What's
at.
the most common reaction to you guys being from Israel? Asking you if you killed anyone, or if you're addicted to hummus?
Oh god.
You brush your teeth with hummus?
If we know Zohan.
Oh yeah. I don't know what you're asking. Usually.
None of our like interviews so far have been generic, to be honest. So every time it's something different.
But
Which
even
is,
fans saying, "Oh, you're from Israel," so
for me specifically, every time I say we're from Israel, they're like, "Really? I thought you were from the U.S. or Canada." So
There's any camels there? It's like a desert. How does it look like? and then we just get in James to tell them it's not like that.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's a desert.
We took James like a week around Israel, so he goes. Yeah.
A lot of camels.
so you're converting now.
I converted to camels.
Okay, guys, what's in the future of the band? What should we expect next? Any tours? I think there's one in October, in
we
December.
have November and December. It's the same tour. We're doing 2 weekenders, and then we
Down
have
south.
down south.
Yeah.
It's a South UK tour, and then we might have another London show. Nothing that is confirmed right now, but
Okay.
We're doing this tour with Defenses, which are great dudes, great band. You should check them out.
definitely.
And during the tour, we got a lot of awesome bands putting on a show with us. So be there.
Okay, James, anything else you want to say to fans and listeners out there?
Get a camel.
Okay, guys, how about you?
Get a camel.
Okay, deep words from the boys of Jack the Envious. Thank you very much, guys.
Buy our merch.
Thank you very much, man.
Love you.